కృపావార్త కార్యక్రమమునకు స్వాగతం. నేటి ధ్యానాంశము క్లౌడ్, మేఘము. టుడే ఇట్స్ a bit cloudy and pleasant. Even in peak summer like April 25th, in China the maximum temperature will not be above 22 or 23 degrees. Such is the pleasant summer I enjoyed in China. Of course, every coin will have two sides. There is other side also. Winter will be very cold, very severe in China. In South India, winters will be present. East or west, India is the best because the Tropic of Cancer, I think, passes through the middle of India. India is well suited geographically, and India has plenty of natural resources, and only thing is proper governance, proper management is only needed. India is looked upon with the grace by Almighty God. That is why we experience peace in spite of the very fact that the population of India is as high as the population of Chinese, in spite of the very fact that the population density of India is 3.5 times greater than that of China. Even though there are constraints with resource distribution, management of resources, financial inequalities, poverty, hunger, and then joblessness, and then homelessness, all these problems can be addressed provided gospel is preached through India. In a place called Chauraha, when four roads meet in a junction, uh, there will be absolute free space in China, so that there will not be any conglomeration or traffic constraints. This is only one example. Whereas in India, we build a church, or we build a temple, or we build a mosque exactly in the place of Chauraha uh, to obstruct traffic. Our religious faith should not be obstruction to our neighbor. Our faith or our beliefs or our religious activities should not be a hindrance or obstruction for our neighbor. Uh, this is to say that the traffic regulations are well followed in China. This is to say that the emission control is strict in China. I thought because the population is 1.4 billion in China, the roads will be highly populated with vehicles, and the vehicular emissions will be very high. That was my thinking, apprehension before I landed in China. But when I landed in China, uh, I really do not know where to go. I really do not know where I'll be staying. All are a question. Uh, though I'm in continuous contact with my host, host means uh, assistant of host. My host in China is Professor Shinling Wang sir. Dr. Dandanju was assisting Professor Shinling Wang sir all through my selection process and recruitment process in the laboratory of Professor Shinling Wang sir, who has been a very prominent polymer chemist in China. All through the process, Dandanju is guiding me. I mistook Dandanju to be a male because Professor Shinling Wang sir is a male, and moreover, the name appeared to be a male gent name. So I bought even a gent's wristwatch to Dr. Dandanju to present to her for all the good things that she has done for me. All through the admission process, Dr. Dandanju is very vibrant, and she told me initially, Dr. Neil, it will take nearly 6 months. Your landing in China will take at least 6 months. That is the calculation the Chinese have. The Chinese are highly disciplined. The Chinese have a correct calculation and assessment of processes. And she foretold me that Dr. Neil, from October, this is October 18th. You wrote to me on October 18th. I remember this because I fasted 3 days and 3 nights for a position. for a position, and I was eagerly waiting for a response from my Lord. Some trust in horses, some trust in chariots, we trust in the Lord. కొందరు రథములను బట్టి కొందరు గుర్రములను బట్టి అతిశయపడుదురు, మనమైతే మన దేవుడైన యెహోవా నామమును బట్టి అతిశయపడుచున్నాము. The promise that has been given to me by Jesus Christ my Lord is, open thy mouth wide and I will fill it. Whatever may be the circumstances, whatever may be the topic, whatever may be the whoever may be the audience, whatever may be the dais, whatever may be the venue, wherever I stand, when I open my mouth to present myself, it's He that speak. So I'm not concerned about the assignments, whether it is teaching or whether it is research or any job opportunities that I take up. So uh, Dr. Dandanju is a very helpful person. She made a right assessment and calculated that I'll be in China by next year, April. It happened so. By 15th April, I was there in China. The climate is very pleasant. April means the same month, isn't it? Today is April 25th. I am in IIT Madras. No, our times are in the hands of the Lord. I never thought that I'll be back to IIT Madras campus ever since I left IIT Madras in 2010 for leaving while I was leaving for Israel for my postdoctoral assignment. But our times are in the hands of God. Our destiny is in the hands of God. So when I landed in China, I was well received by Professor Shinling Wang sir's research members, team members, Dr. Dandanju and Dr. Uh, Yong Chong Chong. Then he was not doctor. After I landed there and after I worked with Dr. Chong Chong Yang, he received his doctorate degree. Even though he is not a doctor, even though he is a PhD scholar, he was very, very highly experienced and highly ingenious. He develops his own sample preparation methods. Extraordinary. When we need to do dynamic contact angle measurements, static contact angle measurements, I was astonished to see the ingenuity with which Chong Chong Yang prepares the samples, because it so happens that sample preparation is a prelude for successful instrumental analysis or characterization. I was assigned with the topic of characterization of interface of carbon fiber reinforced composites, which is indeed a very new topic to me, even though, as I told you, open thy mouth wide and I will fill it. This is the promise. Wherever I stand, whichever problem I take up, I have always been successful thus far. Whatever new establishments I venture into, I have been highly successful. In 2019, probably 2021, soon after return up from China, I established Jesus Scientific Consultancy for Industrial and Academic Research to counsel, to provide proper counseling to academicians and industrialists to do cutting edge research in science and technology. As a part of that, I could gather a few good collaborators from Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, Malaysia, and then of course India is a subcontinent by itself. If I say India, I should specify the state, I should specify the province, from Pune, from Dehradun, and from many other places. I could get very good collaborators, team members. The basic idea is like this: funding is the important thing that is needed for the advancement of science and research. So my motivation and my objective is to acquire funding by identifying cutting edge hot topics of research, and then counseling the academicians and scientists to draft beautiful, appealing, and logical grant applications, and acquire the needed funding. So I could write so many grant applications for my collaborators in Saudi Arabia, King Saud University, UAE, and China. And the collaborations have been fruitful. This is to say that whatever establishments I establish, they are flourishing well. As example, Jesus Scientific Consultancy for Industrial and Academic Research. Apart from funding, another important thing that is needed for India is education. We need to excel in education, and research field is a gray box, a gray area, and most of the researchers face difficult and tough time with interpretation of their results, or right from choosing the research topic. And this is to provide proper counseling to researchers. Quite often the research scholars supervisors will be heavily occupied with academics teaching, so they will leave the scholars for themselves so that they will grow as independent scientists. So the research scholars will be quite often groping in darkness, wasting their time. The intention is not to substitute the guide position of the research scholars, but to act as a friend to the research scholars groping in darkness and guide them to choose appropriate topic of research, and then in less time accomplish more. Because in India typically PhD takes 5 years, unlike abroad in Israel and many other European countries, the PhD typically takes 3 years. In 3 years the scholar is freed from PhD. If he were to have 3 publications, just he will assemble the 3 papers, and then as per the format of the thesis he will uh, combine the 3 papers and finish the thesis. There is nothing like chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4. Like that, in India, we do write different chapters for thesis. But abroad, it's not like that. Provided the scholar has 3 papers, he will put chapter 1 as paper 1, chapter 2 as paper 2, chapter 3 as paper 3, and finished. That's all. That is the criteria for the award of PhD. First of all, if the scholar were to have 3 international reputed publications, he can submit his thesis, and uh, after successful viva voice exam, he is entitled for PhD degree. Things are made easy. Why murder when cards can do? When we have so much population, 1.4 billion people, when the doctors are so low, when the population of doctoral degree holders is only 2%, why to complicate things? So many complications, so many hurdles, especially in ప్రైవేట్ యూనివర్సిటీస్ అన్నీ నాకు అణిగమణిగుంటుందంట, ఏమి లే నాకు ఎగిరెగిరి పడుతుందంట. IIT also is very very flexible in norms as far as PhD degree award is concerned, but these pseudo private universities are so rigid in awarding the PhD degrees. For awarding is far, for recruiting the scholars, so many tests. Why murder when cards can? If the student were to have a qualified degree, allow him to do research. Anyway, he will prove himself by publishing 3 papers. Let him get the degree provided he has 3 papers. Follow the footsteps of abroad. We have to compete with Israel. How can we compete if we only follow the traditional routes? We have to explore unconventional ways to educate our population and to increase the number of degree holders. Not only that, not only doctors, we have to increase the number of state key laboratories in all places, all through the states in India. In a place called Chennai in China, if we were to have 10 universities, China will have 100 universities. The establishments also, the infrastructure also need to be built in a record pace. I was astonished to see in IIT Madras NAC building 1, NAC building 2. This NAC building is analogous to instrument analysis center in Shanghai Jiatong University. Shanghai Jiatong University is one among top 5 best universities in China. I was privileged to be in Shanghai Jiatong University for 5 years, and I have seen nook and corner of the university. In IIT Madras, from Taramani to RDR main gate, or from Velacheri gate to Taramani, all through the places I can walk through the campus. But it's not so in Shanghai Jiatong University. The campus of Shanghai Jiatong University is nearly at least 8 times greater than IIT Madras, and at least we should have a bicycle to travel through. The topic is cloud, Meghamo. Cloud means not the thing that is related to internet for saving data and for transferring information. Cloud means the gray region covering the skies, carrying waters. Cloud is very significant, and it has a special mention in the Bible. When Jesus Christ is expected to arrive to take away the church in rapture, he will be coming in clouds with the angel of hosts. మేఘములపై ఆయన వచ్చును, మేఘములను తన మాటుగా చేయును, ఉరుములు మెరుపులు మెండుగా చేసి అపజయమిచ్చును అపవాదికిని, అపజయమిచ్చును అపవాదికిని. యెహోవా నా శత్రువులు నన్ను చోటినను నరకపు పాశములరి కట్టినను వరదవలే భక్తిహీనులు పోర్లిన వరదవలే భక్తిహీనులు పోర్లిన విడువక మము ఎడబాయని దేవా విడువక మము ఎడబాయని దేవా యెహోవా మరణ పుటురులలో మరువక మొరలిడ ఉన్నత దుర్గమై రక్షణ శృంగమై తన ఆలయములో నా మొర వినెను ఆదరెను ధరణి భయకంపము యెహోవా పౌరుషమోగల ప్రభు కోపింపగ పర్వతముల పునాదులు అణకును తన నోటా నుండి వచ్చిన అగ్ని దహించి వేసెను వైరుల నెల్లన్ దహించి వేసెను వైరుల నెల్లన్ యెహోవా మేఘములపై ఆయన వచ్చును మేఘములను తన మాటుగా చేయును ఉరుములు మెరుపులు మెండుగా చేసి అపజయమేచ్చును అపవాదికి అపజయమేచ్చును అపవాదికి యెహోవా నా దీపమును వెలిగించువాడు నా చీకటిని వెలుగుగా చేయును జలరాశుల నుండి బలమైన చేతితో వెలుపల చేర్చిన బలమైన దేవుడు వెలుపల చేర్చిన బలమైన దేవుడు యెహోవా నా దీపమును వెలిగించువాడు నా చీకటిని వెలుగుగా చేయును జలరాశుల నుండి బలమైన చేతితో వెలుపల చేర్చిన బలమైన దేవుడు యెహోవా నా కాళ్ళను లేడి కాళ్ళుగా చేసి ఎత్తైన స్థలముల శక్తితో నిలపి రక్షణ కేడెము నాకందించి అక్షయముగ తన పక్షము చేర్చిన అక్షయముగ తన పక్షము చేర్చిన యెహోవా యెహోవా జీవము గల దేవా బహుగా స్తుతులకు అర్హుడ నీవు అన్యజనులలో ధన్యత చూపుచు హల్లెలూయా స్తుతి గానము చేసెద హల్లెలూయా స్తుతి గానము చేసెద యెహోవా Psalm 18. What a beautiful hymn. The hallmark of Bharat Ratna MS Subbulakshmi Amma is she never refers to a script, isn't it? If you observe how the great legendary vocalist Bharat Ratna MS Subbulakshmi Amma recites the renditions, devotional renditions, you will be astonished. She will never look through a book. She will never look through a script or a page. Have you ever noticed? How is this possible? How is this possible? It's all inscribed in her heart, in her mind. 6 hours per day, 8 hours per day. Her life itself is a practice. Abhyas se guru hai. That is how Bharat Ratna MS Subbulakshmi Amma mastered the renditions. Great legendary singer. She never refers to the book. Of course, I too am not referring to a book. What I mean to say is, in the time of need, when we need to deliver the products, we need to be prepared. Ever since I established Jesus Scientific Consultancy for Industrial and Academic Research, I have been every day working on at least one research paper, one new research paper, either for Chinese collaborators or for UAE collaborators or for Saudi collaborators or for people in Secunderabad, people in Pune, people in Dehradun, different topics. For some, it were to be superlattices, for some it will be biocomposites, for some it is biofuels, for some it is biomedical implants. We need to deliver the products. That is how I was trained under the very tough training of Professor B. Vishnathan sir or Professor Harun Gadenkar sir. Of course, Professor TKV sir is very different. He gave me the full liberty to explore the fields I want. That is the difference of Professor TKV sir. Even though I never listened to Professor TKV sir in the directions he has given, he is so humble professor. He knows that I am a very hardworking, sincere, and diligent person with conduct and character. So he gave me full liberty to explore my research passions. That is the freedom I enjoyed with Professor TK Visar. That is how I could venture into new fields guided by Professor BV sir, whether it is carbon dioxide reduction or fuel cells or batteries or polyoxymetallics or catalysis or electrocatalysis. I never know anything, but for the introduction of all these advanced areas of research by Professor B. Vishnathan sir, that's what I say. This is the promise given to me by Jesus Christ. Open thy mouth wide and I will fill it. Wherever I stand for delivering myself, God has been with me and I have been successful. What I mean to say to youngsters is, they need to each day consider that tomorrow they are going to write an exam. That is how they will excel. Every day we need to prepare ourselves as if tomorrow we are going to face the exam. Every day we need to have a target. Every day we need to have a work schedule. Every day we need to have a work plan and see how far we can deliver. Of course, if we plan for 20 things, we will not be able to accomplish all the 20. At least we can do two, no? It happens with me as well. I plan for 20 things per day. Hardly I could accomplish one or two. It takes time, take time, and deliver your best. That is how I am getting clients from China. Why someone has to ask me to do grant application? Trust, brand. It's the brand name. Jesus Scientific, JSCIAR. It's a brand name. That is how we need to build the trust. Cloud. Jesus Christ is going to come soon on the cloud, and we all need to be into the place of everlasting rest. Heaven is as real as the existence of Israel. I was astonished to see Israel. The Bible came right in front of my eyes when I landed in Israel. The wine, the honey, beautiful. The milk, the curd, wonderful. Indeed, Bible is reliable. The sum and substance of the Bible is truth, and we need to get by heart. If Bharat Ratna M.S. Subbulakshmi Amma can by heart all the renditions, whether it is the writings of Sri Purandara Dasa or Annamacharya Sankirtana, no distinction whether it is Telugu or Karnataka. That is how M.S. Subbulakshmi Amma excelled. Why I say all these things is, such great people can never be forgotten. They are an inspiration for generations. Our youngsters should draw inspiration from such great people like the legendary Bharat Ratna singer, vocalist, M.S. Subbulakshmi Amma. Sky is the limit. Sky is the limit. You can do all things. That is what Paul says. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. నన్ను బలపరచు యేసుక్రీస్తునందు నేను సమస్తమును చేయగలను. You can learn languages, multiple languages. You can learn new skills, acquire new skills, computers, and many other things. Sky is the limit. May God bless the audience with success. Amen.